Hello everyone, my name is Shane Bluford, and today I'm going to talk to you about, why cold calling your prospects are dead and what you should do now. Now, in my opinion, the old methods of making a list and, making all these calls and having these home meetings and trying to get your friends and family into becoming business partners with you, all of that stuff just doesn't seem to work for everyone. Most people they build up this wall and around themselves, around their homes, literally just trying to fight off people that's just trying to get into their wallets. And we've all been faced with these kind of problems. People come up to us with all these different opportunities, trying to explain why this opportunity is the best thing on the planet. And quite frankly, it all just it's irritating, and people tend to get frustrated. So how do you think other people feel when we're out there trying to do the same exact thing? Of course they're feeling frustrated. They're gonna get irritated. So but if these methods, if they seem to work for you, then by all means necessary, continue doing what you're doing. I wish you nothing but success. But if it's not working for you, then obviously you need to change something. The internet is actually a great opportunity to expand your business, to bring more traffic to your sites, to get more leads for your business. Uh, you know, we have all these different sites, from YouTube to MySpace, Facebook, the Twitter, all these different sites. The internet helps. It helps you take one simple thought and just turn it into a big business for, little or no money at all. And obviously this is something that you want to take advantage of, or else you wouldn't be here right now. About 95% of people that start their own home business end up failing. And usually it's because they don't take the time out to go get the knowledge they need to succeed in this, competitive marketplace. If you're going to sell something to someone, then you have to learn to be invited into that person's world with open arms, instead of that person thinking of you or looking at you as just a pest. When it comes to building your own business, you really have two choices. The first choice is, you can make a list, you could do all these endless calls and just keep calling until you finally find a sale, until you make a sale. Or you can set yourself up to where all your prospects are actually looking for you. Now, and if you ask me, the second choice is obviously the better of the two, you know. And when you think about it, you are, the biggest weapon in your business. It's the law of attraction. You know, you learn to build friendships, build relationships, build partnerships, build alliances, things like this. If you can establish uh, a relationship with a person of greater status or greater value than you, then that'll automatically increase your status, increase your value, and not to mention it open up new doors, new opportunities, and also you'll be able to gain more knowledge just from this person, just by building this relationship. And just imagine how much knowledge or different things you can learn just by building a relationship with different types of people. You get inside stuff that you've never learned before. You get taught all these different things. It's just unbelievable. And you know, really, most people, like your company, they won't tell you certain things. They'll have you believing that the old fashioned way of making a list and doing all these cold call marketings are just the way to do it. They try and tell you don't reinvent the wheel. Well, if it's not working for you, then you have to change. You have to. It's a must that you change. You know. Um, Now, I used to think that sponsoring reps was all about numbers and just having these scripts and just saying the right thing, but I was never really building my team. It never really helped me to build my team. And the leaders in my company, they were bringing in dozens and dozens of reps every single week, every single month, And I was just sitting there trying to figure out, you know, like, dang, how are these people doing this? Like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And then, you know, I realized that they were actually, they held some type of value in the eyes of their prospects, and they learned how to turn that value over and turn it into their marketing. You know, as their prospects seen that, they knew that they could learn something from that. So that's the reason why that they wanted to join that person's group, just because they seen that how much knowledge they could learn from that one person. And I mean, when you're in this industry, you have to remember this. It's all about learning. You, even if you're an expert, experts are still students. You never stop learning. You always want to get different materials. You know, you want to read up on it. You want to just just never stop. You know, you never know what you can learn from where you can learn it. You know, you just always go out there and you try and do more things. So continue watching my videos, and I'm gonna keep, you know, dishing them out there and trying to help you the best way I can. Feel free to subscribe. You know, check out my sites or do whatever you like.